No matter what's going on in our life, there is so much that we can be grateful for. There is an actual energetic impact to the experience of gratitude, and Dr. Paul Mills conducted a number of studies measuring how gratitude improves your health and well-being, and the data is compelling. Gratitude immediately anchors you back into the heart, back into your center, calling your energy back to you and making it available for use. Conversely, the heart shield, this gets put up when we're in a position, often early in life, when we really have no choice but to protect our tender hearts from the difficult characters and situations. So if you grew up in a home that was abusive or unpredictable, if you had a Jekyll and Hyde parent who gave love and then took it away again, it's really going to be a challenge for you after a while of that back and forth. And you start to put up a false front because you can't handle getting hurt anymore. When we keep the heart shield up to protect ourselves from having to go into those feelings of hurt and that the heart is holding, what happens over time is that the heart hardens, leading into stiffening arteries, heart disease, and heart attacks. Once we allow ourselves to feel the grief and sadness that's there, the heart doesn't need to harden to keep them out anymore. Have you been hard-hearted towards yourself or anyone else? Where have you shut down your heart? Did you see this in either one of your parents? Take a moment to feel into what's going on in your heart. Bring your awareness there through your attention and breathe through the heart space. Explore your heart and feel if there is any hardening or shielding that might be there. Allow the soft, youthful heart to come back to expression, knowing the possibility that it's safe for the heart to open. We put our armor on for good reason, but at some point we have to ask ourselves if we still need to move through the world in a defense mode. We can begin to let down our defenses and come out of our shells and trust that it's safe to allow our hearts to be open and vulnerable. Imbalances on the right side of the heart, which include the shoulder area, occur when we give to others at the expense of our own well-being. It's over caretaking and over accommodating. If we have a tendency to say yes when we mean no, over time this creates dissonance in the entire heart region and blocks the natural flow of giving and receiving. These patterns are often driven by a deep-rooted fear of what other people think. We end up sacrificing ourselves and overdoing for others because we want to be loved and accepted, and we're afraid of being rejected and isolated if we don't. There are a few particular personality types associated with this. The helper personality, often healers, caregivers, those who work in service professions or run non-profits. Another is the oldest child who grew up expected to look after the younger siblings. And then there's the empath who feels the emotions of others on a deep level and consciously or unconsciously takes on the responsibility for relieving their suffering. If you're ever experiencing right shoulder pain, you have to ask yourself, how am I overextending myself? How am I compromising the physical well-being of my body? When we dishonor ourselves to try to honor other people, it's not a win-win. It's not healthy or right. It's bad for our physical health and our emotional health as well. Our cultural notions of politeness are a part of the problem. Beyond politeness, many of us have also fallen prey to the cultural idea of service above self. We are conditioned to believe that looking after our own wants, our own needs is selfish. But the reality is this. Serving to the detriment of our own health and well-being is not advisable, and as a result, your health will deteriorate to the point at which you're unable to help anybody. When we habitually put others over our own self, resentment is often the result. It builds and settles and then comes out in passive-aggressive behavior or distance in relationships, or getting to a point where we just snap and can't be around that person anymore. You end up blaming and punishing the person that you're saying yes to. That's misplaced because you're the one putting yourself in that position. Take a step back and ask yourself if you have a choice instead of defaulting into the habitual role. Is this a place where you can say no, set a boundary, take care of yourself first? When you first start saying no, you may feel guilty, but you'll get through that stage and you ultimately find the proper balance of energetic output and input. Now, the left side of the heart is where we harbour a lot of old pain and hurt, usually connected to lack of loss or love, the sadness around the loss of loved ones, experiences of neglect, abuse, abandonment and betrayal, the end of relationships, job dreams, or anything else that we hold dear in our hearts. It is impossible to make your way through a human life without hurt, loss, pain. This is all related to not getting the love that we need in childhood, feelings of abandonment, especially in people who were adopted or separated from their mothers for a period of time. If you weren't loved as a child in the way that you wanted and needed to be, take a moment to send some love back to your childhood self. Hold your inner child in your arms and just send him or her some love. Tell your inner child whatever it was that you needed to hear. You're going to make it through. You are loved. You are worthy. Receiving love and gratitude. We receive love and gratitude through the back of the heart energy center. Many of us have been programmed. We push love away because we don't think we deserve to let it in. If someone pays us a compliment, we shut it down. We lose so much when we can't receive. What that person is trying to give you is a form of energy, and we need that electrical energy to replenish your own battery reserves. So, are you letting the universe love you? Are you letting the sunlight love you? Are you letting others love you? We're bathing in a sea of love. It's all around us. Nature provides the backdrop, giving us the courage to be fully in tune with our hearts. Now guys, I hope you enjoyed that today. I have a very special free giveaway that teaches you in 5 minutes how to create more coherence in your heart and to be able to start dismantling those shields that you may have put up and to have the conviction to say no and stand by it. To soften those hard hearts, allowing the energy to flow throughout the system unimpeded, creating balance, rhythm and coherence in everything that you do. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Please feel free to subscribe and get your free download in the comments section below. Look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care.